What's another thing when people say, well, I don't want to be the person that shows up for how to juggle on Google and helps somebody. Like, what's another objection somebody might have against this type of marketing?
I don't think I'm an authority.
Well, yeah, they say, I can't teach people how to juggle. I don't have anything worthwhile. So even if we get that exposure, even if we show up and try to provide helpfulness and service to somebody who's looking for something online in any one of the major search engines, we feel like we do not have that message. But I will tell you this. Tell me if you agree with the following, Zane. Are there lots of people out there already who have wonderful, amazing messages and nobody's hearing them?
Yes.
Of course. And it's a tragedy. In fact, there's a reason why that exists. There will always be a disproportionate amount of people who have wonderful things to say that nobody ever hears. And I'll tell you why. Because they spend all their time perfecting the message and 0% of their time perfecting the exposure of that message. And so naturally, of course, there's going to be an absolute disproportion of wonderful people, highly qualified experts with amazing things to say that nobody hears them. Now, you don't have to spend one instance of crafting a message in this regard. You can spend the opposite, 0% of your time on the message and 100% of your time on the exposure of the message. I call that the perfect marriage of business. You take somebody who's good at the content, you take somebody who's good at the exposure, and bada bing, bada boom. By the way, hello, right here in front of your eyes, it's exactly what's happening. I'm extremely good at this content here, and I don't want to spend the additional time to do the exposure, so I work with somebody like Zane, who's extremely well-versed and talented in the exposure, and we have this perfect marriage. When you can do the exact same thing. You can find and identify these people, and then part of the conversation, you just got to ask them, well, what would it be worth to you if instead of nobody seeing and hearing of you, we had this many people? And very often you will discover that's worth at least half of whatever they're doing. And very often, in most instances, it's worth more. So the beautiful thing here is you have an opportunity and a choice of power, because here's the other question that goes along with this, saying, in the situation when it comes to making money online, at the end of the day, who has more control of their fate or their destiny? The person who knows how to get exposure of the message, or the person who just has the message?
Well, the person who can get the exposure.
That's exactly right. And so in any instance, not having the message is okay for now. Now, in an ideal world, you'd both have the message and the exposure. That's how you create 8, 9, and 10-figure businesses, right? But to create 6- and 7-figure businesses, of which I've created several of them, exposure is most important of all. It's tantamount. And so exactly what we're going to be talking about when you click on this video right now to go through and sign up at omg-machines.com/register, I'm going to break down exactly to you how you can get that immediate exposure regardless of whether you do or do not yet have the message.